Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good
Bloody hell. Losing the
afternoon.
plot. Great start. Great start. Apologies, guys. Good evening.
Good evening,
Hope
Tone.
everyone's doing well on a lovely Tuesday evening. God, it's getting cold now.
Mm.
Um, so, a welcome break, really. First cup game of the season. Um, Before we get into it, please like and subscribe. Again, thank you for all your support so far.
We
It's been
appreciate it,
absolutely
guys.
amazing. So, yeah, look, welcome break. As I said, it's a cup game. One of them away days where like it could easily go wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not going to be the case. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, good evening, Wayne. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Tone. Yeah, mate, not too sad, my friend, not too sad. Had a busy day, but yeah, I'm looking forward to I like these as I said before in previous streams, I like these kind of games. Middle of the week, you don't know what you get in. Obviously, you're going to go through a few, which I won't step on your toes there, Tone, with a few of the Port Vale players. It's one of them tricky kind of ties, Tone, where they've got nothing to lose. We've got more sort of like reputation and stuff like that. Port Vale, they've got something to lose, sort of thing. So yeah, looking forward to it, matey. Definitely. Bit tired today, so a bit of football tomorrow will be nice after work. It's been a busy day for me, mate. So I'm happy to get on here and chat some Arsenal, matey.
Good man. And I think it's safe to say our internet connections are a lot better tonight. So
Yeah.
apologies for the last couple of streams. They've been a bit
Yeah, we've been
fishy.
working on it. It's a bit on my end as well, so I do apologise as well to yourself, Tone, and to the people watching. But let's hope this onwards and upwards.
Cool. Nice. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Looking at some of the, like I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm an expert on Port Vale. I'm really not. I've done a bit of reading today and looked at.
Yeah.
I don't watch them. I don't know. One thing I've, some stats to throw at you. They're currently sitting 19th in the League One table. 2 wins, 2 draws, 5 losses. Their home form is a bit shit. Looking
Mm.
at it as well.
Yeah.
Only 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses.
Yeah.
So at home. So the home form's not the best. But yeah, I think some good little stats here. Some previous meetings against Port Vale back in 1998 at Highbury, they took us to a 0-0,
Mm.
and we had to do a replay. And no, sorry, ignore me. We beat them on penalties that evening. So
Mm.
the 1894, we beat them 7-0. So maybe a repeat of that could be tomorrow. That'd be nice, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? They haven't beaten us since 1901. So I think it'd be fair to say that we're certainly favourites for this fixture. Look, I mean, before we get into this actual fixture, a couple of thoughts, right? And I think it's going to go through a lot of the Arsenal supporters' heads, right? And this debate might pop up a few times. Arteta, or Arsenal actually as a whole, we haven't won the League Cup. I think 1993 was the last time we won a League Cup, and that was Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 at Wembley. And the closest we got was in 2011 at Birmingham, when they beat us 2-1. Obafemi Martins, what a player he was on his day.
Yeah.
Do you think that? Look, I think we should be going for this. I think we should be all competitions now. I mean, we'll get into the injuries and some news updates in a moment, but we've got a big enough squad now to challenge on all fronts. Now, my question to you is going to be, and I'll get it out. Apologies, I'm waffling. If Arteta wins the League Cup, is that enough?
Yeah, I thought I mean, obviously we kind of skirted with the idea after a rather, one thing I want to say quickly before I do get onto my point, Tone,
Go
and
for it.
someone made a point on X, and I think that this is you have to. It might resonate with a few fans and yourself included. Mikel Arteta has got us being disappointed by going to Anfield and losing 1-0. He's
Mm.
got us disappointed by drawing 1-0 at home to Man City. So we have to look at the positive of where we've come as a club. And again, as I say, I will put that. I get the argument, and I will say I agree that next step. He's got to take that next step. Sorry, Steph. I don't know who Steph is. But I get my words out. But in regards to the League Cup zone, in my opinion, now back in COVID, we won the FA Cup. We were shocked ourselves, happy. That was when Arteta had barely been in 6 months. Obviously, he had nothing. Obviously, it was about 9 months, but COVID really broke up that season for him. Winning a trophy, whether it's a League Cup, an FA Cup, I just think it's going to improve. It can only breed more success for this group of players. He has added winners. There are players in this squad that have won stuff. Hincapié, I'm not going to be. Why I bring that up? He's gone unbeaten with Bayer Leverkusen. They never won anything for a league, and he was part of the team. We have got people now, and players, should I say, sorry, in that team tone that know how to win. Gyökeres as well. With Sporting, they were struggling, and he got them winning 2 league titles when he was playing for them. You have to
Sorry
start
to
something.
interrupt you there. Gyökeres, congratulations on his award. The Ballon d'Or, well deserved.
By the way, Tom, we've got
Best
the best striker
in the world.
We've got the best striker in the world. So you could
We'll
pick
take that. Yeah,
exactly. We'll take that. Other fans can have their opinions on it, but we've got the best
chew
striker
on
in the
that.
world.
Chew on that. Best striker in the world.
Exactly. I like that, Tom. Well done. But yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think that I do believe one just to win a competition, lift that trophy, and imagine this as well. You're still in it. You're still in the Champions League. You might have a shot in the FA Cup, and you go to the final of the League Cup, and then boys lift the trophy together. I think that can be a springboard for a lot more. So I know what you're saying. Obviously, I still think we should win more. I'm not saying we're going to win multiple. That's my hope. But yeah, I get what you're saying. The question is a deep one, but I think it could be a springboard.
You've just spent 4 minutes, beating around what I've just said.
No, I think he should. I think he should stay. I know. What I mean,
you think it's enough?
I think it's enough because I've had 24 hours and more hours to where you spoke about it, 24 to 36 hours, and I think that it will be a springboard. We have to get that trophy in. The only way this team's going to grow, Tone, is knowing they can win stuff together. And that's why I went around the bush. I could have gone there, but I went like that to the destination.
You're like Arsenal playing around the box, trying to score against Man City.
I'm doing the shoe hole. I'm doing the horseshoe, shall I say, around your question. But to answer it straight up. I apologise for that. I do apologise, guys. We're just trying a new stream out here. The WhatsApp is going off. To get you straight to your point. It is. I reckon he should, because I believe it's going to be a springboard, and I think if we go for the League Cup, Tone, I think we'll get more, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah.
So you think it's a springboard to go into next season to win other trophies?
I think that I don't think we'll stop there. I mean, look at it this way as well, Tone. Just I want to.
I used your words against you then. Sorry.
No. You've got this fair point. It's a fair point as well, Tone. What I'd say to you, matey, is just look at it this way. If we're still in 2 or 3 competitions at least, and say if we're still in the FA Cup, and you're in the final of the League Cup, this can be a springboard. Even if it's people who want to go, I want to go for the Premier League, I want to go for the Champions League, we could,
Yeah.
But 1993, we won the FA Cup, and we won what's the Coca-Cola Cup. What as far as I can interpret, it was a version of what the League Cup is now. And we then the next year won the European Trophy, the Cup Winners' Cup. Certain things can spring, but these group of players just need to know what winning's like, Tony, and lifting a trophy. You don't want to lift the Community Shield. It's a one-off game. It's an English Super Cup. You don't want to be winning pre-season. You need to win a trophy, and we need to go for it this year. We need to go for everything, Tone, but we need to go for this competition. So yeah, he will. I've waffled enough. What's your point of view?
I don't think it's enough. I don't think you can spend 300 million and get away with just winning the League Cup. That's my opinion on that. I think he's got the backing of this board, and I think they've come out and sort of said they trust him to do a job. But I think that I've been listening to so many podcasts, and I really respect other supporters' opinions, because it's really it's nuts how from one person to another, even in Talksport when they call in the opinions that they've got
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
on this
exactly. Yeah.
football club, right? And it's I generally it's interesting listening to it, and the different perspectives being taken on Arteta at the moment is it's so divided. That's one thing that I will say. The worrying thing is, I mean, the worst thing Arteta can probably do right now is go and lose to Port Vale away and get knocked out of a cup. My God, will he have pelters thrown at him? He's already getting pelters
He's not the
for
only one, so he's
for
not the
Man
only one.
City,
Well,
right? So
yeah, yeah,
it's it's a hard one for me. If he wins a trophy, that's fine, but he's got to be. I'll tell you what. For me, if
come on, Tone, you're horseshoeing it around it
and
now.
I am.
I
I'm on
thought
the
I was
fence with
bad.
this guy.
I
I'm on
thought
the
I was
fence with this
bad.
guy right now. No, look, I think for me, it's not enough. It's not enough. If he wins
Yeah,
the FA Cup and the League Cup, then I think okay, right, he's won. It's two trophies in the door, you
mm,
know, and I think that would be fair purely because how good Liverpool look this season, right,
yeah,
and how hard it is to win the league and the Champions League. So
yeah, yeah,
I would say it'd be really harsh for us to go. If he's won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, right? He's done the one thing that we want is bring trophies in, right? He say if he finishes second again and he gets close to the Champions League, I think you have to go, right, Joe, what? There's two trophies in our cabinet. He's gone one better than last season because he's won a trophy, right? And that's the element of of what we want, right? Silverware.
yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's
yeah,
not what we want. We want ideally want the Premier League or the Champions League. That's our dream, right? But they're not easy to win, right? They're not
no,
easy to win, and I think this is a really good segue onto some news, right? Our
yeah.
fucking
Go
luck
for it,
with
Tone.
injuries. What the fuck is going on?
Oh,
Our luck with injuries are an
don't.
absolute shit show. Madawaki confirmed out for 3 months. 3 months.
Yeah,
Um, what is going on? Like, this is the one thing that we didn't want. We were talking about it in
I
our
know.
WhatsApp group earlier today. And my worry is now that Saka's going to get run into the ground again. Right? He's coming
Yeah,
back
I
from
know, dude.
another injury. Madueke was taking that pressure off because you could even go into you could have gone into the Newcastle game with Madueke starting with Saka on the bench again. I don't think many supporters would argue with that. Yeah, they go, oh, Saka's probably slightly better, but
Yeah,
Madueke was playing that well that no one actually thought about Saka. Last season, when Saka was out injured, everyone was obsessing on the internet, going,
yeah,
"Oh, when's he back? I was back in 2 weeks. I was back in 3 weeks." Right? I didn't once check when Saka was back. He was back in the squad against Man City, and I was like, oh, "Brilliant! Like that's a
yeah,
plus, right?" But not one of us was checking for it because we had
no,
equivalent backup of very similar quality, right? And I hold my hands up when we first signed Madueke. I was like, the fuck are we doing? But then I think that was more because he was a Chelsea player. If I'm being honest, I think that's what pissed us all off. Is like we're going down Chelsea's bin again, the recycling bin, and the players they don't want. But
yeah,
I would go as far as saying that Jorginho and Madueke probably been the better signings from Chelsea. But yeah, like, the guy's picked up an injury. It's like I'd love to know how this shit's happening because
yeah. Oh, mate,
Norgard
don't.
pre-season with us injury. I mean, these guys, if you look at their track record, a lot of them before signing for us don't have massive injury records. They come to us, and
Yeah,
Madueke's played 2 games, started 2 games, hasn't he? Started 2 games or 2 or 3
uh,
games.
matter. Okay,
Look,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
and he's out. It's like fucking hell. Like just and it's 3 months. That might
yeah,
that's a long time in football. That's a lot of games he's missing there. That's at least 10 games. At
yeah,
least. You know?
yeah. I know, dude. Yeah,
What it's I'm trying to work out, right? And I said this to you earlier off air. I'm trying to work out if it's bad luck or poor management, poor
mm,
coaching. Are we over coaching the players? Because your luck can't be that bad. And I
yeah,
said you didn't like this, and I said it on the chat. Liverpool haven't got these sort of injuries,
mm,
right? And they're playing just as many games. They're in the Champions League. They got a cup game today. They're playing today. They'll go again the weekend, and they've got the Champions League again.
Yeah.
They're no different to us.
Mm.
They're not got the injuries that we've got. What is? I literally, I'd love to know what is going on, because we've only 5 games in. And remember what we were five. We got 5 guys on the injury table. Like Ben White's come back, great. Saliba's come
Mm.
back, great. But like you said before we were on it, that Nketiah, he's fucking injured. Don't just sign the guy.
I know. I know.
What are they
Yeah.
doing? They hit them with sticks in training or something. What's going on?
Yeah. I just can't tell. No, I'm with you, mate. It's just so frustrating. You can't. It's like it's you start buying a new toy, and it's like when we were kids and we had a Power Ranger toy, and the arm breaks off, and you're like, I've just got
Oh
this
yeah,
toy. You
yeah.
used to love them toys. You know what I mean? That we can't. What I'm referencing that
You
is because
broke
you
my
can't.
toy.
Hey, yeah, I'm pretty sure you've done it over the years, mate. But you start a shiny new. You get a shiny new toy, and you're like, let's see what he can do. We got squad depth, and you know, you're like crying out loud here, sort of thing. Can we just not have something good? Do you know what I mean? Like we've as Arsenal fans, who a lot of teams have gone, they're going through it. There's teams that are so much worse off us, but we've had so much crap. We've had crap from fans, crap from our friends. Arsenal have been banter FC. We're finally at a position now where, as a club, our football club, the Cronkies, are buying a £52 million player to back up our world class academy player in Saka, who's come through and he's on his day absolutely phenomenal. And we're
Yeah.
giving him genuine competition, but also genuine cover. And he's out for 2 months. Like, just give us something. We can't have
Yeah.
Jesus. Gyökeres has come in, and like I said to you, I fully believe that he would have done one of two things, and it would have been he might have given Gyökeres a go, and he would have put Havertz there. But obviously, with Erdegaard being fit, you got Eza. Havertz would have relieved Gyökeres of the burden, if you like, and let him ease in a bit. As much as he's a phenomenal goal scoring talent, Tone, he needs to be bedded in as well. Sort of like, so Havertz is there. He knows the system. He knows how Mikel wants to play. And yeah, it's just so frustrating. All these players out, as it like tomorrow, which we're going to get to our starting 11.
Yeah.
Look at what we got to do tomorrow, Tone. And we whether he does or not, he might do it to give him some sort of like confidence. I don't think he should. I think let's rest Gyökeres and bring him on maybe up against Port Vale. We haven't got a striker to cover for him. So you're going to end up going with. We want Martinelli, but we both know it's either going to be Moreno or Trossard. We've chose differently. I won't step all over that, but yes, frustration. Sorry, Tony. It's just it really just winds you up. We just give us something. Let us have something. Look at it, as you've just said, Nketiah. Who's going to have to play tomorrow now, Tone? Unless you're
Well,
going to
yeah.
go for a young kiddie, Calafiori or Gabriel got to play on that left centre back role now.
Yeah. I
It's so frustrating, mate.
I mean, but look, it's a nice little segue. Should we get into our predicted 11?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mate. Let me adjust my screen so I can see it now, my friend. Thanking you.
Cool. Look,
Right.
look, we've gone with some changes. Now, there's a few things in here, right? Obviously, Kepa goes
Yep.
in goal. No questions on that. Ray
Yep.
have a break, and I'm assuming
Yep.
that Kepa, before signing for us, would have been told that look, cup games are yours. So yeah,
Yep.
no brainer there. Kepa comes in for me. Ben White gets a run out of right back. He's back from injury. I think Mascara comes in. They've
Definitely.
been fantastic, by the way.
Yep.
He's proven that he's not just a cup player. I fancy him to rotate with Saliba quite often this season. I hope he does that to keep Saliba fresh. Obviously, we've seen that he can be injury prone now, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
See, this is where Henkape, I reckon, would have started for me, left centre back or left
Yep.
back. But I think Calafiori is going to have to jump in there unless he picks up a youngster from the under-21s or the youth
Yeah.
squad to come in, which I don't see him doing, given the pressure that he's under from the Manchester City game.
Mm.
He's not going to. I don't think he's going to take the risk of, getting an upset. right?
Yeah.
Skelly goes in at left back. Now this is an interesting one for Skelly because I fancied him to go into midfield for this game.
I'm
Um,
100% the same with your time. Yeah.
and I would have liked to have seen him in there just to see how he
Yeah.
gets on. Um, but I think given that obviously Nkepe's out, and I don't think, of course, the Calafiori's and it's going to go centre, which isn't good really because either one of them's probably going to play on Sunday, left back, right? So
Yeah.
it's a little bit shitty that we're having to use them, but I'm hoping that, um, yeah, look, there's a couple of things here. He might not even go for Calafiori. He might throw Gabs in there, which I I don't really want him to do, but I can see him doing that over
He, as
Calafiori.
you said, you're quite right in that tone. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, don't be surprised, personally, mate. That's um, obviously we've gone for Calafiori. We just discussed this off air, but he did it last year, didn't he? And he did the same thing when you're thinking, why is Saka playing against a League One, League Two side
Yeah,
last year? We're obviously we're going to move on with that, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We've gone for this because that's a personal thing. Don't be surprised, Tone, if there's a few more sort of like starters that play, mate.
yeah.
You know?
I think, yeah. Look, I've so the midfield, Norgard comes in. He needs to get his fitness up. He needs to get
Yeah.
some
Be
game
good to
time.
see him play, Tone, just to start as
I
well, mate.
I fancy with Norgard. I'm not gonna lie, and you're not gonna like what I'm about to say. I'm getting fed up with Zubimendi. I, I think the City game really frustrated me, and I, I generally, I don't think he's as good as Partey is. I don't think he's an upgrade. If I'm being honest with you, mate, I don't think. Like, I'm hoping he proves me wrong, but what I've seen so
I'll have
far,
to agree, I'll have to disagree with you, but that's for another pod.
right? Yeah, we'll discuss that. But I can see. We'll go through. We'll go through the preview for
I
Newcastle
just think,
now
I
in the
just
week,
think,
but
I think
I
every
don't see him
single,
doing a great job in that midfield for us
I just think
in the big
everyone's,
games.
sorry, Tone, but I think I think everyone you got. It's the start of his Arsenal career, mate, and it's the same thing with Gyökeres. Yeah, because Gyökeres, people are like, oh, Gyökeres is struggling as well, but the
Yeah, but
fact
I
is,
think there's
Tony, it's tough games. They're tough games for anyone to come into. And like
there's a
for
difference
me,
to me. Sorry to
go
interrupt.
on.
There's a difference to me, right? Gyökeres isn't getting any service, right? Gyökeres can score goals. He's proven that.
Yeah.
Um, I think the physicality the league brings so far, what I've seen on Zubimendi, yeah, don't look, he's good on the ball, right? He's a tidy footballer, but in terms of playing that role of protecting our back line, what I've seen so far, he's actually making Rice look over his shoulder a lot more.
Mm.
Um, look, I I said so far, right? That's the key word in what I'm saying.
You've
So
got
far,
PTSD you have from previous players. You just got
that
to get over it,
he's
Tone. All right.
he's so, so that's why I said so far, right? So that I've not of so far I'm not impressed, right? But it's only 5 games, so
Yeah.
I'll judge him at
I
the end of
think
the
come
season.
35 games you will
But
be.
so far, the guy's making me a little bit nervous, right? So we got again on Sunday. It's going to be at St James's Park again. Physicality, Newcastle are going to be running us ragged on that pitch. They're going to be so physical. Let's see how he gets on. But for me, I think Norgard is in a better position to start against Newcastle. But again, we'll have that discussion later on this week, right? And I'm sure you're going to disagree with me on that, but we'll put that up there in the week. But that's my thoughts on Zubimendi. But Norgard comes in definitely in this game just to get some game time in his legs, right?
Yeah.
But I think he's got a big part to play in in that midfield this season. Look,
Mm.
disagree with me, guys who's watching. Disagree with me, please. I'm happy to have a debate on it. But from what I've seen so far, my personal opinion, Zubimendi hasn't done a lot for me, but we'll get
I
into
think
that.
you're looking at the physical aspect of it. You're not looking at his football, how he's playing the footballing style, dude. I think you look
Oh,
at what he does on the pitch as opposed to he isn't going to be a physical midfielder. But look at it as well. You could say we loved Fabregas, bar the fact that he ended up going to Chelsea from Barcelona. But when he played for Arsenal for 8 years, we loved him. But he was not a physical player. This player
yeah, but
for me,
it wasn't a holding number 6, Wayne.
no, but Supermendy. He should, I don't agree that Supermendy should be to that. He puts him there because he can do. He releases the ball quickly. He sees things that other people don't, Tone. And I think just give him time, son. I get what
Right.
you're saying, the physical side. I keep saying to you, and I keep saying to you, he needs to see the pitch there. He doesn't need to be seeing the pitch there. Yeah, he doesn't need to be chasing back that way. He needs the pitch and the ball in front of him. He's a very clever footballer. Just watch him on the watch what he does, watch what he does. Little intricate passes, looks up. He's got a good vision. The
Yeah.
physicality of the league's going to get to him, but I say give him till sort of like the new year, and I think you'll be more than impressed with him, matey. For me as well, I'm more relieved with Partey with all the stuff, whether he's guilty
Oh
or
yeah,
not.
no, I'm not. Yeah,
I'm glad
I'm
he's
not
gone in
condoning
that
the guy.
sense.
I'm glad he's fucked off because
You know, I
we
know it's
don't
a
need that
different
shit at our
thing. I
club.
know it's a
Yeah.
different thing, but I'm looking at it from that sense, Bones.
Yeah, yeah,
I
no,
just,
yeah. Reputation wise, yeah, no, definitely
you
done
know
the
what I
right
mean.
thing.
But
Done
I
the
know
right
what you're
thing.
saying. I know what you're saying. But I just think give this guy some time. But yeah, you're right, and I think as well though, Norgard coming back to full fitness will help in terms of giving the guy a bit of a rest and a bit of respite. He has also been chucked in because Norgard's not been fit, not been fit, has he?
Yeah.
And he's only just coming back to full fitness, Tone. And as I say, with Jokeres as well, same thing applies because I think in terms of bedding them into this team, we have to be patient. And like I said previously, we've had 8 new players, Tone, and we've got to let these guys form their relationships. And, I still believe that Rice is better being a guy who's got a run back, tackle, win the ball, break it up, play it. For me, Supermendy should be further advanced. But we'll move on to our attacking selections. But anyway, I
But
know I get your
before
frustrations on Zubi, dude. I really do. But
before we move on, Marino, right? I'll stuck him there, right? Because I don't want him anywhere near that fucking starting 11 on Sunday. Put that fucker on the pitch tomorrow, right? Let him start
yeah,
tomorrow and not on
yes,
Sunday. So that Marino
yeah,
starts in that Rice role, number 8 role. Start the fucker there or up
yeah.
front. Yeah, don't want him on Sunday. I don't want him anywhere near that team on Sunday.
No, I get that, Bones. Yeah,
Put him in. I don't look. I feel bad for him because he's getting pelters and it's not he's getting picked to play a game of football, right? So,
yeah,
but he wasn't. It doesn't work. We've
yeah.
established that. We've gone over that. But yeah, tomorrow put him in there and then put him on the bench on Sunday for
Can I
me.
add to something? Can I add to something? And I will let you crack on, please,
Go
and
for it.
explain our attacking with Marino. Someone also said as well, and I had to agree with it. And again, guys, we will. This is why I say someone because it's. I read these opinions. I'm more than happy to state and not take anyone's opinions of this football club on any kind of platform and stream that we're doing. I'm happy to do that. But I flipped through and I can't remember. But someone said, and they said it should be one of Marino and Rice, not together. And I agree with that. If you can't, I think if you're going to put Rice on the pitch, Moreno shouldn't be on it, and vice versa. You know,
Oh, I
because I
agree.
don't think I think
I
it's
agree.
just you're just negating it, Tone. And
I
yeah,
think I think he either comes on for Rice as a sub
yeah,
or he comes on as a backup striker at this moment in time. As
yeah,
Havertz that
definitely,
injured,
Tone.
you don't. He
Someone
doesn't
who
start in that midfield for me. Not in that number 10 role anyway. What the fuck
no.
is that all about? Yeah, no
No, I
chance.
know. No, I don't know who's telling him, Tone. I really don't. But someone's telling that guy, telling Mikel. Sorry, we all know who he is, but they're telling Mikel that Moreno needs to start on the back of that international or whatever it is. Someone's telling him something. His coaches or whatever.
Nah,
Let's stop it
not that.
now. Let's nip it in the bud. We're not here to be bashing Moreno. We're just making a clear point that if he keeps playing him in the number 10 role, it's not the way that we want him to play, Tone, and he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be
Uh,
that kind of player.
yeah, no, no chance. Yeah, so yeah, he starts in midfield for me.
Yep.
Um, uh, so look, the front four, right? So I'm hoping there's no. He's going to be tempted, right, to start Saka in this game. Please
Yeah.
don't put him on the bench. Give him a 10-minute run out or something, but don't uh, because of what's happened with Madueke. I'd even go as far as not putting him in the squad tomorrow. That's how much we've got to keep Saka fit. I know, but he's got to get some game time in his legs and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
honestly, I would start Dalman on the right. I know he's young. I know it's a big call. Give him an hour. Give him 70 minutes. Right. He's not going to start against Newcastle. He might be on the bench. He's probably
Yeah.
not going to play against Newcastle. Give him a run out. Good footballer. He's direct. He's I think he'd do well. Although this isn't. Is it? It's going to sound like a joke, but I don't think it's not a joke. He's he might not even play tomorrow because he's got school.
Um, yeah, well,
That
that's
sounds funny, but he's 15 or 16 now.
well, he
He's
was
still
been
doing
training.
his
I mean, it's
schoolwork. So
sometimes, Tone. I think with these footballers being obviously in with high profile football clubs, I think they're given special dispensation in terms of that.
yeah,
So
could you
obviously, what
imagine
it
that?
is yeah, I mean, because I mean,
Double
you know, on a
periods,
on a low, on a
science,
lower level, but yeah, it's right, Tony.
sitting in science with a Bunsen burner.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly,
go
mate.
and catch the
I,
coach to go Port Vale. Fuck you know, just that's
yeah,
nuts.
no, no, mate. I think obviously there's different certain special circumstances. Obviously, education is obviously the
Yeah,
prime factor. Anyway, that's always taken extremely seriously by the clubs. So I think if he was to play, but yeah, there'll be some special dispensation. But yeah, that will be obviously prime. I don't know if it's a special kind of home, whatever they do. But yeah, it's I know what you're saying. It's a funny one. Um, you
but
know, he
no,
could
it
be.
starts for me. If he goes
I'd love to see
travels,
this kiddie start, Tone. I
just
really
let him
would.
start. Give
And
him an hour. Give him an hour.
yeah, just give him
Even
an
if it's
hour
like
and tell
half
him he
an hour.
can go to
But
bed. Go to bed after that. But yeah, just let's see what he can do.
these Port Vale, these Port Vale players are going to be well up for this game. It's a cup
Yeah,
game. They're at home, so tackles are going to be flying in. So I think we've got to be a little bit careful with our big players right now because could you imagine if Saka plays in this game and he picks up an injury and is out for another month or 2 months?
exactly, mate.
Arteta's only going to get pelters for playing him in a cup game, and
Yeah,
I don't think we need to play him. For be honest, I think there's enough there to do a job. You could even go as far as putting Waneri out on the right, and Trossard
yeah.
in that number 10 role, and even Marino up front, and then
Swap it
put
around a bit.
Rice
That
on for half an hour. So
as I
I
say, matey, this is we've discussed this lineup off air, but in fairness to your Tone, I don't think you can predict an Arteta starting 11 anymore.
no, no, I think
So this is our personal thing, guys, and I please, we could
there's
be
no
about 6 players wrong here. So
there's
let's,
no chance. There's no chance in hell that we're going to get any Arteta predicted 11 correct this season.
yeah,
From that Man City game, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes full strength and makes a handful of changes. Which, if I'm being honest with you, I don't really want because we got a big game on Sunday. I'd rather him
yeah,
keep players fresh. So yeah,
yeah.
I think what. So Dalman on the right, got Ranieri playing number 10. Give him a
Got
go.
to be.
I
He's got
I
to.
was quite
He's got to. Got to.
look. There's again like leave Eze on the bench. Give him
Yeah,
20 minutes. Give him a run out. Don't start him. So yeah, Wanyeri. I think Wanyeri will do a lot of damage in this game. Right,
yeah,
he's a good player. He's a really good player. And he will get time and space. So, I'll go with Martinelli on the left, right?
yeah.
Purely because there's no one else to play on the left unless we get a youngster.
No, no.
Um, but I kind of I don't know if Odegaard's going to be fit for Newcastle. If Odegaard's fit for Newcastle, then Eze will probably go back out on the left. But if Odegaard isn't fit for Newcastle, I'd like to see Eze through in the number 10 role, Martinelli starting on the left. I think he's earned the right to start a game. He's got
Yeah,
us out of trouble twice now. And I mean, I've heard a lot of discussions about Martinelli being an impact player this season rather than starting. But
mm,
I think we start him against Newcastle. I think he's earned the right. And I think he's got a little bit of confidence back as well. He's got that fire in his belly. I don't know if so I'll either play him on the left or up front. I've gone with Trossard up front purely because he can be the floating line. There's
mm.
enough around there to
Him
literally
and
go.
Martinelli, dude, can swap, can't they? Let's hope that's what they're going to do, matey,
Yeah,
and try that out.
yeah, or even Marina up front. I just don't. I don't want to see I don't want to see Jokeres anywhere near that starting 11. Maybe on the bench.
I think he might bring him. I think, unfortunately, I think you
I
might
think he'll
see
bring them
quite a
all, mate.
strong bench. Yeah,
He'll bring them
you'll see a
all.
very strong bench.
But I
Uh,
don't want. Yeah, I don't
laced with
want
some
us
kids.
to. Yeah, I don't want us to look. If it happens right in these sort of games. If it's a tight 0-0 and we don't be going that extra time, you want to try and avoid that, right? Because that's the last thing we want right now. So I think that starting 11 is good enough to. I think Diamond will be up for it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, look, we have to wait and see. As you said, we can't predict. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws bloody Gabriel Saliba at centre half, Rice, Norgard in there, Marine
Yeah.
up front. He'll probably put Eze out. I'd literally and
You might
Saka out.
find that, Tony. You might even put Mosquera like at right back. He might kind of not want to risk White's fitness,
Yeah,
and he might want to think, oh, because look, as I said, and as we said to start the stream, that Port Vale are going to be very up for it, Tony. They've got nothing to lose. It's they're playing one of the Premier League big guns. They get a scalp. It's going to be they got starting to tell the grandkids.
yeah,
So yeah, no, I know. Don't be surprised, mate. We don't want it. We don't want it at all as fans, because like we alluded to quite a while back, maybe about a month or so back, and we're talking and reminiscing and doing whatever. I used to love the time when Wenger would just go with the kids and sprinkle a few first
yeah,
teamers out in this
yeah,
League Cup.
yeah,
Just give them a go. This is a tougher one, so you do need to sort of have that experience as well, Tone. But I think you've got enough experience in the players that you're going to put
yeah.
on to to,
I
to,
mean,
to get to get us through it.
yeah, I think we've got some good youngsters that we probably could take with us, and I think I'm hoping that he will have a few youngsters on the bench. It's one of them things where he's not going to want to risk going out of this cup by going too
Yeah,
weak. So you can sort of understand if he goes full strength and then takes players off. That might be what he does. But yeah, let's see what happens on that.
mm,
Look, I think the one player for them I've spotted, it's an interesting one, is that Diavanti Cole, who's Andy
yeah,
Cole's son.
yeah.
I don't know much about him, but I mean he's agile and quick, so
Yeah,
he's going to be up for this game. He's up
he
against
can score a
you
goal,
know,
Tone. He can score a goal or two, the
yeah.
boy. So I've
Cole,
seen him
Andy
sort of
Cole
other
used to
ones.
terrorise us, so his dad's probably
Yeah,
going to be winning them on this game. So
yeah,
that's quite an
yeah.
interesting one. Look, score predictions. We'll start wrapping up because I've realised I don't know how we've found time to speak nearly 40 minutes about a game against Port Vale.
Well,
That's brilliant. I don't know how we've done
yeah.
that. This goes to show how much we can talk shit for 40 minutes about
There you
football.
go. We call us the Wafflers.
Yes.
We're not the Gooner Booth. We're the Wafflers.
Yeah, we should change our bloody name. Yeah, so what do you reckon score wise?
3-0.
3-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to join. I don't think we'll concede. I don't think we'll concede. I think
No.
I'd say
They'll have
3 or
their
4 nil.
moments, Tone, but I think we'll have. I think Kepper in goal. The back. I think we'll have enough quality for them.
Yeah, I think we'll have a lot of quality there. So I think that. Yeah, look, let's get through it. Let's get through it unscathed. That's my thing for
Yeah.
tomorrow.
No
We'll get a
injuries.
comfortable win, and on to the next one.
Yeah, big game. Big game time.
So yeah, so that's it from us, guys. Thank you for tuning in advance, and we will be doing well, what's it? Losing the track. It's Tuesday today, Wednesday tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do another Arsenal podcast on Thursday.
We'll do one on Thursday, Tone. We'll do one sort of like to have a little bit of a match reaction as well. Obviously.
Oh yeah,
give
sorry,
it-
match reaction tomorrow,
Yeah,
guys.
that's what I'm
Sorry,
saying on Wednesday.
I'm not with it today. I'm really not with it today. I
Go
still
to
think
bed,
it's the
Tone.
afternoon time, but yeah, I've
Losing track of time.
I think I've had too many coffees today. I think it's just ruined me. But yeah, no, look, we'll be online tomorrow with the match preview,
Reaction.
match reaction.
Right, close it out.
I'm going to
Tone.
bed. I'm going to bed.
Close
I've had
it
enough. Match reaction tomorrow, guys. Like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Hope you enjoyed tonight's video. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good evening.
Have a good afternoon, guys.
Take care.